Hi, my name is Noel Davis with World Composting, and today we're going to do an update on bin number 2. It's been 11 days since my last update. We did a fairly big feeding last time, and hopefully they're moving through that system from left to right, and we'll add some more food to the other side. I think last time that we might have fed in the center, and remember, this is the one I put a bag over the top, so it's a little different than my other system that does not have the bag on it. And we'll see how the moisture content is and everything. I will still add some of my BTI mix. I have found that that is working to make sure that the fungus gnats that we're starting to see are gone. And I will do that for the foreseeable future until I know that these are a non-issue in my bins. So let's go and take a look and see how it's doing. All right, here it is, bin number 2. Our last update was on 3/19 and today is 3/30. So let's open it up and take a look and see how it's going. First off, as expected, no moisture on the lid. Why? We've got the bag in here. The bag is going to block all that moisture from getting to the lid. Let's take this off and see how this looks. Let's just flip this over. So there is a worm on there, a couple worms. I'm not seeing any fruit flies, which is a good thing, or anything crawling around really. At least I don't see it. If you see anything on the video, let me know. I can sometimes miss things when I'm going on this. It's a little harder to see stuff. So I'm going to move this off to the side. And let's take a look. Now our last feeding, as you can see here, was in the center. So, and there's actually a worm right on top here, right on our cardboard, or sorry, our marker here. So I'm just going to move him off to the side. And let's check out this center section. So this section right here is low. That's where we're going to feed next. So I'm going to just move this off here to the side fully by putting it over here. And let's dig down and see how they're doing on this food. Oh, it looks like there's still some banana peel here. So they're still working through this food. So maybe we won't do a feeding here. There's actually quite a bit of food, but there is a good amount of worms in here with it, which is a good sign. So just trying to see here. So we've got, it looks like a lemon or lime. I'm guessing this is a lime. Actually, I can smell it, definitely a lime. And then we've got our banana peel here, which they, as you can tell, they really love their banana peels. And they're going nuts now that I'm uncovering them. Let's just dig over here a little bit. Oh, we got even more food. Okay, this definitely will not need a feeding. We've got a ton of worms here on the coffee grounds and this lemon rind, or lime rind. Sorry, this is a lime. And you can see the worms built up in there. I mean, look at this. Let's just slowly push them out here. Look at this. Look at how many worms are in this rind here, working at this lime. I mean, it's just really amazing how they like this citrus. Once they get used to it, it's great food for them. So I do not think this needs any more food at this time, though. There's quite a bit of food in here, and I don't want to overload it. And this year, there's even more food. Here's another banana. Last time we did give them a large feeding, so I'm not surprised, but I was hoping they'd move through this a little bit more than they did. But that means we'll have to slow down on feeding, no feeding this time, and let them finish working on these things. Now, the first thing we need to do, though, is we need to bury these back down, because I don't want these by the surface due to the issues I've had in my house. No reason to have anything close to the surface here. So we're going to just bury that down like that as best we can, and we'll cover it back up as we come through. So we can move some of this back over. But let's check out this side real quick. Let's just see what's here. So with lots of paper on the bottom. Not many worms, though, which doesn't surprise me. Food being right here in the center, worms don't always spread out. Feels a little bit compacted over here. I am seeing a leftover paper from coffee. And there's a little bit of coffee grounds left in there, too. So might have to put that over here, too. I haven't found that coffee grounds are a big attractant to fruit flies, but you don't want to be, you want no reason not to be careful. So let's just see here. Overall, material looks pretty good. It's starting to break down. The cardboard is definitely starting to break down with it, although there's still some places where there's, big chunks of cardboard like this. This is a big chunk of cardboard that you can break apart, and you got to get the microbes in there so that way they can work on it. The ground in here, if you can't tell, it's pretty dry, and this material isn't too wet. Here again, a lot of cardboard here at the bottom. So the cardboard, we need to break that apart so the microbes can get in there and the worms will start to consume that as well. But yeah, not many worms over here. I'm not seeing any cocoons either, although I didn't see them on the last time I checked, I think, either too many. So there's kind of slowing down on that that part of their the reproductive part of everything. But so we're gonna just sort of leave this go. I mean, you could see that there was definitely food left, so no food being added. We are gonna add some more of my BTI mix, not adding any crushed eggshell because we didn't add any food. Oh, I got a worm on here. Make sure we leave him in there. So, but overall, this looks pretty good. Now, I am going to add some moisture. I really don't need to, but I'm adding this BTI mix, and I'm adding that to make sure that we don't have any issues with fungus gnats. And, you know, maybe I don't need quite as much on this one, but there we go. I think that's good for now. Actually, we'll add a little bit more over here just to use this container up, but... You know, so this is plenty moist. I really shouldn't be adding more, but I'm adding it because I need to make sure I get this BTI mix in there so we don't get fungus gnats spreading throughout my basement. Because once they're in here, they're not going to leave. They don't go into the vinegar traps and everything like that. They just sort of stay. Now, we also need to make sure we continue marking our center section as our last feeding place, even though we didn't add any food this time. And actually, here's a whole bunch of, I'm not sure what these are that are running around on there. But, I can hardly see them. I can barely see them for me. I know that they might be magnified a little bit more, but if you could see those bugs right there, I don't think those are larvae, but don't think so at least. I don't know. I'll have to look those up later, but I don't have an answer right now for what these are. They look bigger than the springtails that I normally get, so I'm not sure, but they could be just larger versions of them too. So there might be some healthy animal in the bin or insect in the bin, but I'm just not sure. I'll have to do some research on them. If you guys know what they are, leave a comment down below. And let's put this plastic cover back on here. And while it's sat out there, it dried out actually just a little bit more. We're just going to lay this over top, just like that. And we're going to cover this back up, and that's my update on this system. So thank you for watching. If you have questions or comments, please leave something down below and let me know. And thank you for watching.